From Main Street, USA. The shaded streets of peacetime America are now even quieter. War industries and the countless demands of a fighting world have made them so. The youngster you knew across the street may be taking his basic training in the Army, his boot training in the Navy, or his primary flight training here at Harold Field. He's been gone longer than you've realized. Learning his new job, he sees not the passage of time, but the hurried necessity of it. The casual dreams, hopes, ambitions of a personal lifetime have been dedicated to his posterity. He's grown up in a hurry. This is America in action. Working under pressure, it gets results. To maintain the striking power developed over a world battlefront, he toils in endless ways. Over sleepy Main Street is the roar of 1,000 engines, wings for war, for transportation, supply, communication. Precious time saved. Wings someday also to carry the family to work, into the country for the weekend. He fights today for tomorrow's security. Carrying the load is a responsibility which requires intensive training. As a fledgling pilot, he's carefully selected and well-grounded in technical fundamentals both before and during actual flight training. To be a pilot for Uncle Sam takes a year or more. The reward, a tougher assignment to hasten the victory. The kid across the street can take it and dish it out. One of these days, he'll be coming back to that quiet street, and it won't be long now. I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of, wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence, hovering there. I've chased the shouting wing aloft and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious burning blue, I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark or even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God. The road begins at primary. It is here that the cadet will learn whether or not he has the ability to fly. His instructors will sense it the first time he handles the stick of his PT trainer. In primary, the cadet learns the feel of his plane. His first flights are under the careful guidance of a civilian instructor. There is a tension that must be conquered, a sense of confidence to be gained. The early flights are made to the steady drone of the instructor's voice. The simpler maneuvers are quickly mastered. In keeping with the demands of the moment, cadets receive training in quick, decisive thinking, not in scholarly contemplation. Alertness and the ability to make lightning-like decisions are the keys to success. The theoretical instruction that the cadet receives on the ground is put into actual practice in the air. It is the civilian instructor who within 12 hours solos his green students, many of whom have never been in an airplane. He teaches them how to fly with precision in 60 hours. He has an added responsibility since he has the student from the beginning. He separates the wheat from the chaff, determines who will go on to become Air Force pilots. The civilian instructor shapes the pilot's entire career by starting him down the right track. Students are also acquainted with instrument or blind flying by receiving 5 hours of link training. This is a synthetic form of training which, by mechanical means, approximates actual flying conditions. Double time, march! And a long column of fast-stepping cadets goes jogging toward the athletic area at Harold Field. Take a good look at these men as they go by. Their heads are high, bodies lean and hard, and their feet meet the ground in a sharp and rhythmic cadence. Just a few short weeks ago, these same trim, bronzed athletes were fresh from the softness of civilian life. A carefully designed and rigidly adhered to physical fitness program transformed them from civilians to cadets rapidly approaching that peak of physical perfection Uncle Sam demands of his flyers. The physical education program at Harold Field has been prepared especially to develop coordination of mind and muscle, an essential quality for pilots. Before inaugurating a training schedule, the Army made an actual tabulation of the muscular movements required to pilot a plane. From these preliminary experiments, a bodybuilding plan was developed that would do the best possible job of conditioning cadets for flying. From the cadets' viewpoint, the program at Harold Field might be divided into 3 parts: calisthenics, cross-country runs, and last, but far from least, the obstacle course. His life was still in its beginning when he was called to war. There was strength in his young years, strength needed on the line, on any line that he would hold. He chose to hold the sky. He came from everywhere that is America to perform the task unprecedented in world history. With him has been placed the trust of freedom, not only for himself, but for all the peoples of the world. In accepting that trust, he knows that faith and spirit remain with his countrymen only so long as they remain with him. He knows that there will be times when everything that served to make him what he is will be tried and tested in the final sense. He knows all these things as he readies himself for battle. He promises with his life and his honor that our way of living shall be preserved, and the right of all peoples to choose their own way will be restored and maintained.